$1 down layaway. Only.
Thank you.
I love Italian food. I love Greek food. I love German food. I hate myself.
The Ameritech Pages Plus Yellow Pages. How you get things done.
You buying a new car, Vern? I know. Audubon Chrysler's on the other side of the river, but it's worth the drive. Know what I mean? Now let me figure this up for you. Let's see. Vern drives 10 miles to Audubon Chrysler at 25 cents a mile. That's government standard. Divided by the accelerated rotation of the Earth minus the frustration factor equals. Vern, you're going to save $53,000 on a $9,000 car. I don't see how them boys stay in business. Know what I mean?
From WTVW Evansville, this is Channel 7 Eyewitness News with Randy Moore and Polly Van Doren. Weather with Susan Highland and Mike Mallory with sports.
Good evening, I'm Rob Spicker. Both Randy and Polly are off again tonight. The Christmas shopping season is officially underway in Evansville as shoppers today crowded into local shopping centers. This is traditionally the busiest year, and this year retailers have high hopes for a good year. Eric Johnson has been keeping an eye on the local shopping scene today. He joins us now live. And Eric, what's it like out there?
Well, Rob, to say it's busy would really be an understatement. It's very busy out here. We're out on Green River Road to Eastland Place, and this whole area has been busy all day long. And we're going to take a look at what it was like out here at some of the malls earlier today. We'll tell you it was very busy. Thousands of people were out getting their early Christmas shopping done. Many of the stores were running after Thanksgiving sales. We saw lots of full shopping bags, so people are buying this year. In fact, retailers are predicting one of the best Christmas seasons in years. We talked to some of the people shopping and some of the retailers to see how they were doing.
Like 10 minutes to get everything done, but I have 2 more gifts to go.
Well, I've done stocking stuffer shopping today. I bought calendars at the dollar store, and I bought books. I've been buying books. It's fabulous. The mood is great, the spirit's here, and everybody's buying. Everybody come out and buy from us today.
And Rob, the stores are definitely ready. They're running lots of sales. They're open longer hours tonight for the rest of the season, many of the stores. They're expecting a lot of consumer confidence this year. They're expecting the biggest year since 1988, a 6% increase over last year, and that's pretty good considering last year many of the stores registered decreases or only modest increases. Now, they do expect this year for this to be a late season, having most of the sales coming in the last 10 days of the Christmas season, and that's kind of been the trend of the last decade or so. So we've got a good night to shop, about 3 or 4 hours left, depending on which store you go to, and some good cold weather.
That's right. I don't think it'll slow anybody down. Thanks, Eric. Now come on inside where it's a little warmer. Well, the shopping season started today for Christmas tree sellers as well. Many tree stands around Evansville are reporting better business than at this same time last year. Northern Indiana were said to contain a blight, but sellers say we won't see that problem in the local area.
There's a beetle in some of the pines, and they've quarantined a number of counties in northern Indiana and in Ohio. But these trees all come from various parts of the country where they were in quarantine. They wouldn't even allow them to cut them.
Prices this year vary from $25 to more than $200 per tree. Officials at one of Evansville's Kmarts are hoping some less fortunate individuals benefit from the spirit of giving. Today, they started their annual giving tree. Names of needy individuals are hung on the tree and claimed by people who want to share goodwill.
People will spend, $40, $50 on these children, so it's a real nice, collection of gifts. It all depends on the person who buys, picks up the tag. They have their choice what they want to do with it.
The giving tree will be in place until December the 15th. An Evansville man has been charged with arson for trying to burn down his girlfriend's home over an argument over sex. Police say John Wesley Noel was arrested last night after yesterday morning's fire at 1110 West Oregon Street. Witnesses say Noel ignited some of his girlfriend's clothes when she refused to have sex with him. The fire was put out, but another was reported in the upstairs window just 30 minutes later. Noel is being held on a $2,000 cash bond. He will appear in court on December the 3rd. A car crash in downtown Evansville today has landed one man in the hospital. The car, driven by 69-year-old George Martin of Evansville, crashed into a utility pole at the corner of Court Street and Northeast 4th. The one-car accident happened shortly before 1 o'clock. Witnesses say Martin was driving erratically and had hit a parked car just moments before the crash.
As he was approaching the Coliseum here, he came straight through the intersection at what appears to be a high rate of speed and struck the pole head on. There wasn't any indication that he made any effort to brake, and there was about 4 witnesses right here at the intersection, and they were unable to tell if he was even behind the wheel at the time. So.
Police believe Martin's accident was related to a medical problem. He was taken to Wellborn Hospital, where he was reported in fair condition with just minor injuries. Rescue personnel from Evansville's fire department were called to the riverfront, answering reports of a drowning boater. Units put into the water at Plaza to search for a submerged boat. A witness thought he saw someone near the boat in the water.
I saw the boat floating, and well, I knew something was wrong, and then I thought I saw something flopping, you know, arms and this and that, but I wasn't too sure.
Rescuers found the boat, but no signs of any people.
It appears that it's an abandoned boat that is stripped out.
Rescuers say the current was too strong to pull in the boat, so the search was eventually called off. Well, when Eyewitness News continues, hundreds help out some Indianapolis residents clean up their tornado-ruined neighborhood.
A simple comparison between a B64 Taurus lease and a 4-cylinder Honda Accord lease.
Take advantage of it.
One of 13 tornadoes last Sunday ripped through a northeast Indianapolis neighborhood. Today, hundreds came out to help the residents clean up. A cleanup organizer likens the volunteer turnout to the relief efforts of Hoosiers after Hurricane Andrew struck Florida. The city provided extra-large trash bins for the debris and promised to expedite building permits in the area. Some of the volunteers say there's a tremendous amount of Thanksgiving despite the damage because no one got hurt or died.
I think it's so important that we work hard to do something for somebody else.
Do you live nearby?
No, all the way on the other side of town.
About 200 homes were damaged by the tornadoes, which came through at an unusually late time of the year for that type of severe weather. An Owensboro, Kentucky family has a lot to be thankful for this Thanksgiving weekend. The Alvies weren't expecting their 15-year-old son Adam to be home right now. Adam was injured 2 months ago in a car accident. His doctors had predicted he would die as a result of his injuries. At best, they thought he would suffer severe brain damage. But except for a slight problem with his right shoulder, Adam seems to have completely recovered, and his parents are glad to have him back home. The world's largest steam railroad engine is coming through Indiana tomorrow. The Union Pacific 3985 engine is a 1943 vintage Challenger model with 4 leading wheels, 2 sets of 6 driver wheels, and 4 wheels under the cab. It's 122 feet long and weighs more than 1 million pounds. The engine pulled the 50th annual Santa Claus special between Pikeville, Kentucky and Kingsport, Tennessee. It stopped tomorrow as part of its return trip to its home base of Cheyenne, Wyoming. Well, Susan's weekend forecast is next. It's going to stay cold. And later in sports, USI gears up for tonight's Kenny Kent Classic.
Suppose you wanted to make a chair as stable as can be. Where would you put the legs? Right at the corners, right? Now, suppose you wanted to make a car as stable as can be. Where would you put the wheels? Right. That's why the new Intrepid is so remarkably stable. The wheels are pushed out toward the corners. The further we pushed, the more stable and sure-footed it became. Intrepid. This changes everything.
Laughing, sharing, showing that your kids are growing, living, and all that you're giving shines bright in the eyes of a child. And
Nothing. Ooh, one thing. Okay, two things. Boring things. Well, at least that's something. Really stupid things. Not anything, everything, a couple of things. Everything?
Had your fill of after Thanksgiving sales that only mark down a few things? Well, hurry over to Best Buy this Friday and Saturday while everything is on sale, not just the leftovers.
For '93, we've given every Mercury Cougar a sporty new interior. We've given every Cougar $800 more in standard features. We've even given every Cougar the name XR7. About the only thing we didn't give it was a higher price. Now it's only $16,643, or lease for just $299 a month. So with all we've given this Cougar, including a great price to buy or lease, shouldn't you take us up on one? Cougar XR7. All this and the quality of a Mercury.
Susan Highland's forecast has the National Weather Association's seal of approval.
Well, Susan, it never did warm up very much today, and I even thought I saw flurries when I came in this afternoon.
Your eyes were not deceiving you. That was flurries out there flying this afternoon, and it looks like we'll see that over the weekend, kind of on and off. And we didn't warm up at all today. The wind chill in the 20s all day. So if you were outside, I was for a while walking, and I had everything covered up, my hands, my head, I still froze.
It was
cold. There was no doubt about it. If you were outside today, no reason explaining to you why it was so cold. Had that wind chill working against us. Also, the cloud cover and some very cool air has settled in, and looks like it'll be here for the rest of the weekend. Today's high, look at this, 37 degrees. That was the high. So obviously, with any wind chill, we were definitely in the lower 30s or in the 20s for most of the day. And tonight is going to be a chilly one as we head down into the 20s. 32 is so far the low today. Normally, we would have a 50-degree reading for the high. I can live with that. And then a 32-degree low. We had a record of 75 back in 1990, and 13 was the record low back in 1930. Right now, outside, we have cloudy skies and just ended up with a trace of precipitation today because of the flurries. 33 degrees. The humidity's at 78%. The barometer is steady, and winds are coming from the north at 6 miles per hour, and that's what's giving us some very cool temperatures, or at least that's what it feels like, the wind chill factor. Right now, we have about 27 degrees in Evansville. This was taken last hour. We had 29, but when you're in the 20s, who really cares, right? That is still very cold, and throughout much of the country, we had wind chills in the 20s and only 30s. Some places in single digits, 3 here and 8 degrees up in North Dakota. So a very cool start to your holiday shopping season. And it looks like throughout the weekend we are going to be warming up, but only into the mid-50s. And tomorrow we are still going to have that cloud cover. So I know a lot of people want to see the sunshine, at least to get some kind of sunshine quota this weekend. It doesn't look like that's going to happen too soon. We have a few flakes flying right now across south central Kentucky and Tennessee, and a little patch here across Missouri and Illinois. That could be moving through, and we may see a few flurries, but it's not going to be anything major, so you don't have to worry about slickened highways or anything like that as you travel throughout the rest of the weekend. Great weather for traveling, at least. As far as the roads are concerned, we're not going to have to worry about any kind of precipitation. We have cloud cover, however, over the tri-state, and that's going to stick around tomorrow. We thought that might be breaking up, but it looks like it's only breaking up here to the northwest across Illinois and Missouri. That dome of high pressure hasn't moved it very much, and so while it's clearing things out across the central plain state, it's going to take it until Sunday, that is, until it starts clearing the clouds off across our area. So once again, we're going to have cloudy skies tomorrow, even though the temperature is going to be just a little bit warmer than it was today. Lows tonight, as I mentioned, down into the 20s. So it'll be a bitterly cold overnight low of about 26 degrees, 27 degrees. So bundle up if you head outside later on tonight and early tomorrow morning. High pressure will be in control on Saturday, and the temperature will be right in the 40s, mid-40s. And it looks like that will be the way things will shape up on Sunday as well as we round out our holiday weekend. High pressure in control. And so it'll be dry, but temperatures around 45. The forecast for the rest of this evening, cloudy, maybe a few flurries, a low near 27 degrees. Tomorrow, cloudy and a high near 45. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy and a low near 26 degrees. And then on Sunday, it'll be partly sunny and 45. The extended forecast calls for much of the same. 40s for the highs, and the overnight lows will be hovering right around the freezing mark. But for tonight and tomorrow night, down into the 20s, bitterly cold temperatures. Make sure you bundle up.
Stay inside.
That's the best advice.
All right. Medical Close-Up is next on Eyewitness News. Tonight, Cheryl Wyatt reports on when a sore throat needs a doctor's attention.
local Jeep and Eagle dealer. Get ready. The sale you've been saving for all year is here. The Venture 2-day after Thanksgiving sale. 2 days of savings throughout the store. Friday and Saturday, Revlon gift sets are just $7.99. Men's and ladies 2-piece fleece jog sets, $14.99. And save 65% on this 14-karat gold jewelry buyout this Friday and Saturday. The Venture 2-day after Thanksgiving sale. The prices are great, and so are the savings.
The greatest savings are at King's this weekend during our holiday kickoff sale. The greatest savings, the greatest prices, and free money for 12 full months. Take 12 months to pay and pay absolutely 0% interest. 12 months, same as cash on every computer, appliance, and electronic item. All sale priced with 0% interest for 12 full months. 1 year. Top name brands, Sony, RCA, GE, Maytag, and more. There's only one holiday kickoff sale worth attending this weekend. That's King's Great Buys Plus, where you get 12 months, same as cash, plus a whole lot more. Morgan Avenue.
Introducing Chevy Full Size for $93. If you think it looks good here, you should see it at work. With standard ABS and 2-tiered loading Ford doesn't have, and the best initial quality of any full-size pickup. All this and savings you'd expect from Chevrolet. With all this going for it, you'd think it would rest. Nah. See the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks at your Tri-State Chevy Geo Team dealer.
Medical Close-Up is brought to you by Deaconess Hospital.
This time of the year, children often come down with a sore throat or an earache. For parents, it can be difficult to know when it's serious enough to visit a doctor. Cheryl White gets some advice from an expert in tonight's Medical Close-Up.
If you examine the left nose, children, especially young children, can't tell you when they feel bad enough to see a doctor. It's up to parents to make that decision, and it can be a tough one. Dr. Randall Oliver says he has a simple rule of thumb.
What I try to tell my parents is that they need to bring the child in when the child acts sick. Meaning is not if the child is running a fever, or not if he's got a cough, or not if he's got a runny nose, but is he acting ill? Is he not eating? Is he laying around? Is he not acting himself? Is he complaining that something hurts? Is the child simply acting ill?
Dr. Oliver says ear tugging is one sign of an ear infection, but isn't cause for alarm by itself.
I see lots of children where the parents bring them in solely because they're tugging on the ear, but not having a fever and not complaining of any earache and eating okay and acting okay otherwise. Oftentimes these are not ear infections. Most children below the age of 1 will pull on their ear, and they'll also pull on their nose and pull on their hair and whatever's kind of hanging off of their head. And that may not mean anything by itself. I often see children who have ear infections who don't pull on their ears. However, it's simply one warning sign.
When it comes to a sore throat, observing the child's actions may again be your best bet.
Sore throats are very difficult to take care of, even for the physician, because a strep infection of a throat may look absolutely normal even to the physician. And a throat that looks very terribly red and inflamed may actually be simply a virus infection that doesn't require antibiotics and will get better in 7 to 10 days on its own. So I don't know that I've got a magic answer for sore throats. And again, I try to treat them like I do with other illnesses. I treat them if the child's sick.
Finally, if a physician is consulted, Dr. Oliver says parents shouldn't feel embarrassed if nothing serious is found. After all, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. With this Medical Close-Up, Cheryl White, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
For more information, call Physician Finder at 426-3039.
Establishing a higher standard in heart care, in diagnosis, treatment, and rehabilitation. A unique facility combining the talents of more heart specialists than any other area hospital. The new Deaconess Heart Center. Providing our patients with the comfort and convenience of all diagnostic procedures performed on an outpatient basis. The new Deaconess Heart Center, for the life of your heart.
It's Champion's Leadership Truck Sale at Owensboro's all-new Champion Ford Lincoln Mercury Mazda. Over 125 new 92 and 93 trucks and vans on sale. Brand new 92 Ford Aerostar XL Plus, now just $15,992. Brand new 93 Ford Explorer XLTs, now just $19,993. With the purchase of any new truck, receive a free pair of Walker or Lake of the Woods boots fromOni's Family Shoes. And with each test drive, get a free apple pie from Reed's Orchard. All during Champion's Leadership Truck Sale.
Pegasus Jewelers Outlet invites you to compare. Compare our fine diamond and gemstone jewelry. The very same jewelry other stores carry, but for much, much less. Compare this 6-diamond heart ring, just $49. Thrill her this Christmas with lovely diamond earrings, just $199. Compare this magnificent 1-carat diamond solitaire, just $7.99. You get the area's lowest prices guaranteed, only from Pegasus, the Jewelers Outlet.
Last time, the evil Boris was trying to keep our heroes from the Target 2-day sale.
I get old bargains myself.
Hey, Target bargains, like 4 rolls of assorted Christmas wrap, just $1.99. And girls' and ladies' cuffed anklets, 10 pairs for $7.88.
What do we do now, Rock?
Will our heroes make it to the Target 2-day sale this Friday and Saturday only? Stay tuned for Bye-Bye Bargains or Sale Away.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Ryan, Thanksgiving weekend often means basketball tournaments.
Basketball. Speaking of Thanksgiving, did you have a good one yesterday?
Well, it was here, but it was
about 300 pounds yesterday. I ate so much.
Wow.
Yeah, Mama Lemon Turkey. It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I know. I'll bring you some, though, since you had to work yesterday. We appreciate it. But you're right. Basketball is going to be a big tournament starting tonight. Bruce Pearl has reached that magical moment when he must take his USI Eagles to the floor for real this time. Last weekend, Pearl's Eagles thumped the Cuban national team by coming from behind to win it 82-77 in the Eagles' first exhibition game of the season. But tonight, USI hosts Indiana Tech in the second game of the Kenny Kent Classic at the PAC. Lindsey Wilson and Union meet in Game 1, which is underway now. The USI-Indiana Tech game follows that one, tip-off around 7:30.
Well, they're small and quick, and I think what they lack in size, Ryan, they're going to make up in intensity, and I think the way we play will bring out the best in them because they like to run.
Is that going to fit right in your game plan, then?
Well, it'll fit our game plan as long as we do it better than they do, you know. But the coach does an excellent job, and every year they've played Fort Wayne tough, and Fort Wayne is always one of the best teams in our league, and so it'll be a good barometer for us.
Indiana School, they've got a couple more games under their belt. Does it make a difference?
I think it does. You know, they come in here having played 6 ball games at 3-3, and Union is 3-1, and Lindsey Wilson's 6-1. So these teams have come in a little bit seasoned, and we're still getting our feet wet, and so I think the advantage does go to them.
10 minutes before the tip-off of the USI game, former Eagle star John Hollenden will be honored. Hollenden passed away 6 weeks ago, and $1 from each ticket sold during the tournament will go to the John Hollenden Memorial Scholarship to help future USI athletes. The Indiana Hoosiers will be playing for the NIT title tonight in New York. The 4th-ranked Hoosiers will meet 6th-ranked Seton Hall for the NIT crown. Florida State and UCLA are playing now for the consolation game. This one in the second half, and UCLA trails Florida State 81-73. And at the Great Alaska Shootout earlier today, University of Alabama Birmingham beat Dayton 80-67. In high school basketball, the Lawrence County Basketball Capital Classic at the Lawrenceville site. Mount Pulaski knocks off Mount Carmel 69-66. And Lawrenceville beat Providence, Kentucky 82-44 at the Red Hill site. Martinsville a winner over Edwards County, and Red Hill a big winner over Marshall. The tournament continues tonight. On the college football gridiron today, 12th-ranked Nebraska met Oklahoma with a trip to the Orange Bowl possibly at stake. If Nebraska won, they would win a share of the Big 8 title, but if Oklahoma won, Nebraska and Colorado could share the Big 8 title. Ed Stewart's interception return for the touchdown helped Nebraska lead it at the half, 10-9. But in the second half, it was all Cornhuskers. Frazier throws a 26-yard touchdown pass. Calvin Jones rushed for 2 touchdowns as Nebraska scored 23 points in the second half. Travis Hill sacks Cale Gundy in the end zone for the safety. Nebraska wins it 33-9. They will clinch an Orange Bowl bid and the league title if they beat Kansas State next weekend in Tokyo. One other college football game today in the SEC, Arkansas over LSU 30-6. At the high school football state playoffs, Sheridan, a winner of the Class A state title over Indianapolis Ritter, And in 2A, Fort Wayne Lures beat Westfield 17-0. The 3A title game will be played tonight. That's it.
All right, well, highlights tonight at 10 of USI.
USI, lots of basketball.
All right, the news continues here on Channel 7 tonight at 10 o'clock. President-elect Bill Clinton and past President Ronald Reagan met in California today. John Gadsden's Eyewitness News Extra on insurance fraud when crime pays concludes. And we'll wrap up a busy day of holiday shopping, so join us again at 10 for Nightside. And it's going to be a chilly night, Susan. Oh, wait, excuse me. If you're considering what Christmas cards to send, consider some cards that give something extra. Riley Hospital Christmas cards give back to the critically ill children there, and those children create the cards. Tonight, meet another of the special artists.
5-year-old Dane Woodma has made a Christmas gift for all of Indiana. He made it with his own hands. And when he found out that the artwork he did from his hospital bed would grace the Christmas cards this year,
he said to his daddy, "Oh, does that mean I have to be a doctor?"
Dane came to Riley Hospital a year ago, suffering from fever and breathing problems. Surgeons found and removed an abscess in the lower lobe of his lung.
We had no knowledge of any of the facility at all. No one in our family's ever been sick before, and we were totally taken care of from beginning to end.
How are you feeling now?
Fine.
At age 5, with the camera rolling, Dane is shy on words, but he is long on talent. The toy train and Christmas tree he created while he was ill is spectacular. What do we have here? Tell me what...
A train.
And what else?
Apple tree. I think he's just getting started, but I hope there's some talent there.
Dane is free to pursue that talent, 100% healthy, thanks to Riley. And even great artists take a break for cake.
Well, the Riley Christmas cards are available at all INB and Dairy Queen locations. Well, now we'll turn to Susan. Chilly night.
It'll be a cool one, the low around 27 degrees, and tomorrow it'll still be cloudy, a high of 45.
All right, that's all for 6. Thanks for joining us. See you back here again at 10.